This is Ask Brock. I'm Brock Ury. This week's question comes from Travis. Brock, what do you prefer, a winged or a smooth bore stabilizer? It's a great question, Travis. I prefer stabilizers, 100%. We need good bottom hole assembly. And I feel like the more nimble and lightweight we try to make rigs, the less bottom hole assembly weight we want to carry. Trying to have 400, 500, 600 feet on the side of the rig. So if I have an option, I'm 100% running a stabilizer. Now, where do I run a wing versus a barrel or a smooth? If I'm going to be in a lot of clays and shales, I like my wing stabilizer. And in Southwest Michigan, I grew up with, a barrel stabilizer that got built up with some wings on it. And then I'm running some sort of clay inhibitor and surfactant to make sure that I'm not getting a bunch of booting and sticking. I want to have good uphole velocity right at the bit face. I want to make sure that my stabilizer is, just a little bit smaller than my bit. So, if I'm running a 12-inch bit, I'm running an 8-inch, maybe even possibly a 10-inch stabilizer. So barrel stabilizer, smooth bore, cobbles, gravels, something that I need to be able to shoulder back. Again, I want to have good, effective uphole velocity. But the biggest piece is having that rigid structure right on top of our bit face so that, we're not using all pull down. We're not deviating in the hole from, forcing those rods to flex, but having that true structure of stability, stabilizer. That's exactly it. And there's times where we do get in trouble and we have a deviated hole, and that's where we see big barrel stabilizers used to help get us back on track and try to get us straight. And obviously, the deeper we go, the more bottom hole assembly we end up having. But what I like to tell young drillers is and I'm a fat kid, so grab that fast food straw that you got sitting in the service truck. And I want you to grab the top of that straw and I want you to push down on it onto the table. And what happens? That straw starts to flex, and you can see it bending. But if I was to grab maybe inch and a half or 2 inches up from that straw and I push against that table, we can feel the rigidness and you can force into it. Obviously, it's the straw and it's going to break anyway. But the idea is to not allow that flex, allow our bit to have good weight and be able to cut and stay effective without bouncing and moving and flexing of the rods. So again, recap, winged, I'm running in clays and shales and things that I'm worried about swelling and keeping a hole open. And for sands and gravels and cobbles, I'm looking for that smooth bore, something that if I do get into something bad, I can shoulder it back and I can continue to go. It's a great question. Have a great start to your new year. I hope you're running both types of stabilizers as needed. Thanks.